Welcome once again, this time around to the second episode of our analysis and dissection of the sentence given to Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Udogu you see here on your screen. This is Nelly's TV, as you know, and you're highly welcome. I promised you in the first episode that I'm going to do the second episode so that we can take our time to watch them separately, but they are saying the same thing, but in different ways, in order to convey the message that we are trying to bring across to you. Before we dive in, we want to thank you very much for stopping over to watch our videos. You're highly welcome. We don't take your support for granted. We really highly appreciate that. And we thank you for those of you who have subscribed. We really appreciate your contribution and support. And for those who have not subscribed, we humbly appeal to you. If this video is something you like, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much. And now let's proceed. So I told us in the first episode that the people who have so-called sentenced Mazi Simon Ekpa are not really after him. They are after you, the Biafran and the Igbo person who is out there looking for a way to breathe from the oppression of Nigeria. They don't want you to breathe. So what they do is the normal tactics. Take the person, the voice speaking for you out of the way in order to get at you. And what do they want to do with you? They want to subdue you, suppress you with Fulani terrorists, and possibly chase you out of your out of your indigenous home, occupy the place, and begin to extract your mineral resources, and there will be no more voice to speak for you. That is their game plan. If you don't know it now. So all these sentences against Ekpa and the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are not exactly against them, but against you. They are after you, not after Mazi Ekpa, not after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What they have done to this young, wonderful gentleman is exactly what they did to the earlier genuine African leaders who wanted to be the voice that were speaking, the voice speaking for Africa. People like Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, who was also sabotaged by his own person. People like Thomas Sankara of Congo. Oh no, Thomas Sankara was from Burkina Faso, the present-day Burkina Faso, who was also sabotaged and eliminated by his own person. People like where are they? Gaddafi, whom they demonized and came all the way from America and Europe to destroy him and his country. And up to today, Libya has not recovered, and so on and so forth. And presently, Ibrahim Traore of the same Burkina Faso, they want to eliminate him because he has risen up to give his people the good governance and eliminate the presence of these parasites. These parasites called Europeans, particularly France, that has been making them for many decades. They are after him. So the same thing is what they are doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa today. So now ask yourself, after they destroy Libya, who else is suffering? It is the ordinary citizens of Libya. They removed Gaddafi from the way because he was the one standing against them. He was the one standing on their way of plunging Libyans into suffering, into hardship. Gaddafi was doing the best for his country, and Libyans were really enjoying what is called good governance. All right. Now they took Gaddafi out of the way. Who is suffering today it is the ordinary Libyans. So this is exactly what they are doing. And they would always use insiders to accomplish their aim. So some Libyans joined them to fight against Gaddafi. Today, where are they? They are suffering the same thing ordinary Libyans are suffering. Stupid people, Ndisi Africans. I pity you. So let me continue to show you things that you need to know. Look at this one. I showed us a video where El was, telling us what they know, which we already know also. Okay, that the federal government is sponsoring bandits, giving them monthly allowance and giving them food. This man you see by his side is Nuhu Ribadu, the current national security advisor to Tinubu. So they are firing themselves, firing and counter-firing. That's entirely their business. But I am just bringing this thing for you, the ordinary person who has not understood the antics these people are using to deceive you. Stop being deceived. These people don't like you. Rufai is just shouting all these things because he wasn't put, in the government of Tinubu, and he wants to contest for presidency in 2027. So now he's coming out to shout as if he's a righteous man. He knew all these things many years ago, but he never talked. He never said anything. Because this thing he's saying didn't just start under Tinubu's regime. He called it national policy, which means it has been happening behind the scene as a policy and nobody knew. But he knew, but he never said anything. But now that he has a political interest, he's coming to shout as if he's a holy man. All of them are criminals. See their faces, criminals. Nobody is doing whatever he's doing in the interest of the ordinary person. It is just in their own interest, in their own political interest. Look at what he said here. They withdraw huge amounts of money from state treasuries, hand them to bandits. Are you getting it? El Rufai fires back at NSA, National Security Advisor, insists FG is funding insecurity. We already know these things. It is only the gullible that don't know, whom they use their head to drink Gary. Okay? Look at this one. This is Musa. Okay? And he's ex army general officer commanding made this revelation. Terrorism financiers known but protected, says ex-army GOC. People, these are things we know. But when these people, even when they know this truth, when they want to deceive people like you, the gullible ones out there, they come and shout and tell you that it is Nnamdi Kanu, it is Simon Ekpa that is destroying the country. But they know them, they know the terrorists. Have you forgotten that some time ago, the government of Dubai compiled 400 names of people who finance terrorism and gave to Nigeria? 400. And there were 6 of them whom they mentioned their names publicly. All right? They mentioned the names of 6 of them, and it went public. But they were altogether 400, which Buhari himself said that they have 400 names here and they will make it public. He never made them public until he left office. He himself is a terrorist, of course. So why are they protecting these terrorist financiers? And then they come out to tell us that they are fighting against terrorism. And you are believing them that they are fighting it. And the only thing they can do in the name of fighting terrorism is to come down to Southeast where nothing is happening and begin to look for Biafra soldiers and Simon Ekpa. And you follow them, you join them. Listen up.
The world should see the faces of the terrorism financiers that are known but protected.
Can you see their faces? Can you see their faces? Okay, let's go a bit forward. Let's go a bit forward. Now, you are going to listen to these people. These people are from River State. Listen to what they have to say.
Nigeria army come to Ogede every blessed day to demolish houses. And if they are commissar, they come with full and yes men.
Okay, did you hear that? These people are from Ogede. No, they are not from River State. Sorry, they are from Edo State. Ogede in Edo State, Iyanomo community. Okay, they were protesting. And what was the reason for their protest? They said that Nigeria army, they come to their communities and destroy houses. And when they come to destroy those houses, they come with Fulani herdsmen. You need to hear it again.
Enough is enough.
Okay.
Nigeria army come to Ogede every blessed day to demolish houses. And if they are commissar, they come with full and yes men. As we speak, full and yes men have taken over our community, abolished by Nigeria army.
Okay. Fulani herdsmen have taken over their community. Did they tell you that it is Nigeria, it is Biafra forces? Did they tell you that is Biafra agitators that took over their communities? Did they tell you that it's Nnamdi Kanu that took over their communities? Did they tell you that it's Simon Ekpa that took over their communities? It is because these people don't have people like Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa speaking for them. That's why they easily overrun their communities and chase them away. This is exactly what they want to do in your community as an Igbo person, as a Biafran. Why they were able to succeed in Ehamufu is that Ehamufu sabotaged Simon Ekpa. When Simon Ekpa sent ESN those days, when Biafra Liberation Army had not been formed, he sent ESN to go and fight the Fulani herdsmen that came to terrorize them. By then, no community had been chased out. Those people Ehamufu people went behind and told Nigerian army that ESN people were there. Nigerian army, that was the only time that Nigerian army responded and went to Ehamufu. But all the while, Fulani herdsmen have been terrorizing them and Nigerian army never went there. So when they went there and ESN noticed that Nigerian army had come, they left. And that was how they never went back there. So Nigerian army just saw that they had scared away ESN because ESN didn't want to engage with them on a combat so that it doesn't turn to another propaganda. So they respectfully left. So when they left, Nigerian army also left and gave Fulani herdsmen signal to go back. That was how Fulani herdsmen went back there and demolished those communities. Today, 15 communities in Ahamufu are bush now. Okay, nobody lives there anymore, including their market has been shut down. So those things they used to tell you, people want to go to the market and do their business, and you are telling them sit at home on Monday. Now, where is the market to go? They don't even have a market to go at all. People who use the market as their means of doing their businesses have collapsed. But if they tell you to sit at home on Monday to show solidarity to freedom fighters, you say they are stopping your businesses. These people, look at them. They have nobody speaking for them. Fulani has taken over their communities. You heard it from him. Listen up.
If you see the big camp they are built for Fulani herdsmen in our community, is
big camp. They have built a camp for Fulani herdsmen. Who are those building? Nigerian army. So who is a terrorist terrorizing you? You should use your head. It is Nigerian army that works with Fulani herdsmen to terrorize you. Then they come out to the public and shout to you that Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are your problems, and you buy them. You are stupid.
it's even bigger than the whole of our community.
Okay.
If they destroy one house in Ogede, they will build 50 Fulani herdsmen camp. If they destroy 50 houses, they will build thousands of Fulani camps. As we talk, we don't longer go to our
Good. You heard that? I will not continue playing it. Let me just keep showing you so that at the end of the day, you tell yourself who the real terrorists are. Look at this man. Of course, you know him. His name is one idiot called Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo boasted how he was going to buy Igbos, that his grandfather has bought Igbos and he will continue from where his grandfather stopped. And in doing that, he was rather compensated by government by giving him contract to come to Imo State and begin to terrorize people. Hope Uzodinma, that useless man, gave this idiot contract. Listen up.
So, how was your face-off with the military eventually resolved?
I didn't have any face-off with the military. They are the people who are looking for face-off. Didn't have any face-off with the military. I said what I said. Helicopters were flying over my house. And even today, as we are talking now in Imo, the military people, the army, the navy are standing side by side with my men, fighting.
Did you hear that? He is working with the military people. So who is he? Is he Nigerian security officer or what? I don't understand. So a single individual can now just float an armed group, and they will be working together with the official security officers of the country. And you call such a place a country? Asari Dokubo has armed men who work with Nigerian military. He said it here. And you call the place a country. Oh God.
At Okigwe and Idiato. Now in Imo.
Okay. So now he is in Imo. He is working in Imo State. Why will he work in Imo State if he was not employed by the governor of Imo State? Listen to this, our mother. He made everything clear. I will play this one a bit long.
Njem ọnụ ekele m unu ọrụ ọlọ Nneka Chimezie na-ekwu anyị ka na-ewetara unu ọnọdụ Igbo.
For your information, this woman is a journalist. Okay, so from time to time she goes around to see things for herself because she was believing this propaganda that the problem in the southeast was Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, and Simon Ekpa and Biafra agitators. But she decided to go herself. Not only herself, she took some women with her. All right, she spoke in Igbo, but I'll be interpreting in English.
Onye ọbụla bụ onye Igbo, ọtụtụ ndị Igbo nọ na soshal midia ekwesịghị ịma onye mbụ na ihe anyị na-eripọtụ. Anyị ewetala ọtụtụ ripọt maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo, ọkachasị insekuriti dị n'ala Igbo. Ndị midia mere ka anyị mata nọ ndị IPOB bụ ndị na-eme akpamkpamkpa na akpa.
She said that they have brought several reports about the insecurity going on in the southeast, that the mainstream media had deceived people into thinking that it is IPOB and freedom fighters that are responsible for the insecurity going on in the southeast.
Kemgbe 2021 ka anyị bịara nweta high level of insecurity n'ala Igbo, anyị wee sị mba ọkpara ala Igbo nke anyị maka anyị kpagharịa, anyị wee kpagharịa. Enwere mkpagharị nke anyị kpagharịa n'abalị na Imo steeti. Ụmụ nwaanyị anyị hayara moto nwa a na-akpọ korokpe small bus wee nwụchichie ya ụmụ nwaanyị anyị mago disguise aka ndị gara ahịa na ndị na-alọta ahịa wee kpagharịa especially n'Ọlụ wee hụgasị ọtụtụ checkpoints.
So they disguised themselves as market women and decided to parade Olo in the night, one night like that.
N'ọtụtụ ihe na-eme na anyị nwere checkpoint ndị a na-akpọ Ekpa agụ, nwekwa checkpoint ndị amị. Ị na-aga isi Ọlụ town na-aga ihe ala, ị ga-ahụ ọtụtụ mgbe ahụ ị ga-ahụ ọtụtụ checkpoint ndị amị na nke ndị Ekpa agụ. Amasị m ka ọ dị ma na ọhịa ebe ụzọ ahụ na-emechine moto a ga-agbazi agba. Ị ga-eme ịgafe checkpoint ndị amị ya enweta nke ndị Ekpa agụ ịgafe.
So one thing she made clear here is that there are several checkpoints, and these checkpoints are military checkpoints and the Bubagu checkpoints. So they are now working together. Okay, let's continue. They are working together. The Fulani people are ravaging communities and sacking them. But they are mounting their roadblock on the road, main road. Stupid people.
So ha na-anọkọtara ọnụ na-arụ ndị anyị na-anaghị ahụkebe dị n'ụzọ ahụ ndị police. Mana nwere ihe anyị chọpụtara mgbe anyị na-aga ndị security ndị Ekpa aka awụchaghị ndị Igbo.
Good. She said that they discovered something very, very spectacular. And that thing is that those Ebubago, so-called Ebubago people, were not Igbos. This woman said that they saw with themselves, with their eyes, and heard with their ears that those Ebubago, so-called Ebubago people in Imo State were not Igbos. That they are mostly from Rivers State. Now, what does that tell you? You heard Asari Dokubo some seconds earlier telling you that they are now operating in Imo State. So does it not connect with this what this woman is saying? That it is Asari Dokubo's boys that are parading like a bubago and eliminating youths of Imo State. And when they eliminate them and they will jump out and tell you that it is Simon Ekpa's boys and you swallow them, you are only riri, okay, for believing that rubbish.
Onwe ndo anyị anya na ndị Ebubeagụ anụnwa dịka Ebubeagụ outfit gọvanọ anyị bụ Hope Uzodimma Kirieze ụnụ mana Asari Dokubo pụtara mgbe ndị federal gọọmenti chọrọ igbufu ya pụta na Channels TV tie mkpụsị ọkwa federal gọọmenti kọntraktị ya ga gbuchiwe ndị mmadụ n'Imo steeti o kwuru ya.
Okay, so Asari Dokubo said in a broadcast that the federal government wanted to eliminate him, but that it was this same federal government that gave him the contract to go to Imo State and be eliminating young men in Imo State. Asari Dokubo said it. That's what this woman is saying. All right? So this is not propaganda this time. You are hearing it by yourself from somebody that went down to the ground to get information herself. So wherever you are sitting in the comfort of your room listening to Channels TV, Arise TVC, propagate this your rubbish and other social media useless people talking rubbish, damages and the rest of them, you have to know what to believe. They don't go anywhere. They just sit down and propagate what comes to their mind according to what the politicians want.
If no wepụtara egbe si ya ga-egbu ndị Igbo niile na-enwe ihe ndị Igbo ya iche nọ enwere mgbe ọ pụtara were egbe si ndị Igbo na-agbakasọ na ya ga-egbu ha niile enwere ihe ha wụrụ ya iche nọ ịtụ ọnụ mana mgbe ọ pụtara kwuzie na.
So the same thing I said earlier, that Asari Dokubo had threatened that he will eliminate Igbos. Now that was what his grandfathers did, and he will continue from there.
Federal government contract and the most of the killings na East where the mayor and
did you hear that most of the buying that happened in the Southeast are done by Asari Dokubo? This woman said it.
Outfit Igbo niile ebe ọbụla ụnụ nọ na-ege m ntị tata na outfit Asari Dokubo ji wee ma operate n'Imo State wụ Ebubeagụ outfit.
Did you hear that? So what they call Ebubeagụ for you in Igbo land is actually Asari Dokubo's boys. And they are paying him heavily for that, for doing that evil for them. Who is he working for? He's actually working for Fulani. That's what Fulani wants, to terrorize people so they begin to run away from their communities. And then their Fulani will come and take over. But today they will shout that Simon Ekpa is your enemy, and you join them to shout because you are stupid. You don't make research. You don't take your time to find out things, the truth by yourself.
N'ihe niile anyị na-agarịla n'ala Igbo enwebeghị ebe ihe mere anyị na-agaghị ebe ahụ nye report. Anyị ahụbeghị checkpoint asị nke ewu nke ndị IPOP ma.
Good. So the woman is telling the whole world that, look, we have never seen any checkpoint. They say that this is IPOP checkpoint. So why incriminate them? Because IPOP, their outfit, which was ESN, and now Nigeria Biafra Liberation Army, they are in the bush combating with Fulani terrorists for you, so that you can go to the farm, your parents can go to the farm, your wife, your sister, or your mother can go to the farm and do whatever she wants to do and come back, and nobody will violate her. You don't know that this is what they are doing for you, putting their lives on the line. But when they shout that they are your problem, you join them to shout. If they leave that bush today, you will see the high rate of violation of women in Igbo land. Noreba, you don't know what people are doing for you. You come out to jump and shout that Simon Ekpa is your problem. Oh, our people.
Any sign IPOP on ground.
Okay.
All these money put us our IPOP. And IPOP equal and do to her. Actually, my wood have more women. Now, actually, what the one I have after Muchu. Ndị Igbo anyị ege ha ntị mana ihe na-agbagwoju m anya na kemgbe Asari Dokubo kpọrọ apụta gwa ihe ha ka Igbo teknọ ihe ha ka Igbo na ya ga-egbu ha pụtakwa na National TV gwazie Igbo komkom na federal gọọmenti na Imo steeti gọọmenti kọntraktịrị ya chewe nche n'ala Igbo ọpọ ndị amị ha kpọbatara enwebeghị Igbo bụ Igbo ma ndị eze ma ndị town union PG enwebeghị otu ọbụla pụtara the federal government hold her responsible for the killings in the southeast.
Good. They won't do that. This woman is complaining that ever since Asari Dokubo said that he was contracted to come and be doing so nonsensical security work in Imo State and Igbo land. Nobody, no authority, no politician, no community leader or president general of any community has come out to challenge why Asari Dokubo was given such a job to come and do in their community. They can't talk. The only time you will see them jump out and start shouting at the top of their voice is when they hear that, hey, is Simon Ekpa's voice. Hey, is Mazin Nandi Kano's voice. Every one of them will come out. All their muscles in their bodies will come out, and they will begin to shout. But they cannot shout at Asari Dokubo and his voice. They cannot shout at criminal Hopu Zodema. They cannot shout at criminal federal government of Nigeria who contracts these terrorists to come and be terrorizing them. Stupid people.
Ọjọọ ese ihe kpatara eji wee kpọbata onye ama na ọgwụ ekperima ịbịa onye ihe ga-eji create an outfit enweghị ike iwechiri anyị nwebụ already ndị Imo steeti nwere serious good vigilante na-maintain security ya ndị ebube aja anụnwa wonde dia disarm all vigilantes join ndị eze obodo ọbụla a ga-achọ ndị eze ha enwere mgbe abịa nachịrị ha egbe ndị vigilante.
Okay. Asari Dokubo's boys went there and disarmed them, took all the weapons of their community vigilantes, and then took over security, and everywhere became insecure. Insecurity set in since they came.
Federal government ga kụwa prison Imo State release ndị ochi niile nọ there ụlọ ha kpọọ Asari Dokubo wee recruit wee kpọkasịa ndị ochi na ala Igbo ọkachasị ala ọlụ ya mee South East crime scene ndị isi anyị ndị Igbo ọ dị ka ọ dị ma ihe eji akpọ IPOB ọnụ hapụga onye bịa gwa anyị sụọ ya na-egbu ndị mmadụ.
Okay, so why are they always shouting is IPOB, is IPOB, is Nnamdi Kanu, is Simon Ekpa, and then leaving Asari Dokubo, who has said openly that he is the one contracted to be eliminating people in Imo State? This is how stupid and foolish our people are today. Today, they leave the knife that cut the chicken's neck and begin to stretch their neck against the pot that is cooking the chicken. Stupid people.
Onye na-egbu gị na-akpọ ya na anaghị egbu gị onye ahụ ga-akwụsị igbu gị. Ndị akpọ ka Igbo niile lite just federal government na Asari Dokubo gwara ụwa niile na federal government contractor ya ka ọ chere nche na South East after ha contractor ndị army ka anyị jụọ federal government ele ụdịka army federal ele ụdịka ndị nche federal government chere Asari Dokubo nwere ike ịwụbaga na South East. Kedu ihe kpatara na federal government emehụ na ndị enyi emeghe Asari Dokubo arrest over this grievous allegations against them?
Army will not arrest Asari Dokubo now because our mother is asking why have they not arrested Asari Dokubo for the hate speech he made against Igbos. They will not arrest him because he's working for them. But if he's an ordinary person that says, hey, I will bring IPOB to come and secure my business in Lagos, they will arrest him. That's how they arrested the Ezigbo in Ajao and threw him into prison. I don't even know whether that man has come out today. But they left MC Oluomo, who threatened to eliminate Igbos if they don't vote APC and Yoruba people. This is the kind of Nigeria that people want to live in. And when you tell Igbos that we should join our hands together and fight our way out of this contraption, they tell you, hey, leave that your Biafra. One day, Nigeria will happen to you if you don't know. Okay? I don't know what is wrong with our people. One day, Nigeria will happen to you and you'll understand.
Igbo men assembly na Igbo so onye ọbụla pụtara ha na ọzọ sign on IPOB na-egbute ndị mmadụ n'ala Igbo anyị ejide aka ya.
Correct. So this woman is making it point blank that anybody who comes out again and tells you that IPOB is responsible for the insecurity in Igbo land, we should hold that person responsible. He is the real terrorist. He is the real criminal. That's what this woman is saying because they went on finding first-hand finding, not what media is telling them. Because this woman had been deceived before, and she believed that it was IPOB that was doing all these things until she decided to go down and make her own findings by herself. So continue listening to this our mother.
Ndị ebube agụ Asari Dokubo create two outfit one wo ebube agụ secondly wo ụmụ mgbe ha batara n'ala Igbo hụ na IPOB adịghị ha na ha ịgbata egbe federal gọọmenti ewee ji aka ha create an IPOB ha na ha ga na-agbata egbe ndị ha na
So when you hear I'm IPOB, we are IPOB, like some people who went to the bank and stole, broke the bank and terrorized people and stole some money, they took they deliberately went with Biafra flag and spread it everywhere, and then their media quickly came and captured those flags and quickly published that IPOB went to the bank and raided the bank and stole. This is what they do. Okay? And we know it. It is called propaganda. It is called media war. They will just come out and tell you, we are IPOB, we are IPOB, and they shoot gun, boah, 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 and shoot people and say, hey, today is Monday, sit at home, and they start shooting people. There was never a time IPOB told people to go and kill people or shoot people or destroy people's businesses. It is the fake IPOB created by government. That is what this woman is saying, that government created a fake IPOB and told them to be committing criminality. You don't know what is going on. They can do anything to frustrate this freedom fight, but they are late. We must get Biafra.
So I wonder how one name had again down that woman. Hasiban Gaga, maybe you die arrest.
Good. So they will send these criminals and call them Umwama. They will send them to go and attack people and eliminate them and buy them. And once they buy them, they take the picture and post on social media, on channels TV and TVC and all the mainstream media, and tell you that IPOB has done this. My question has been, who is always there covering this buying? When there is serious gunshot going on, boo, 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 people are shooting gun up and down, and somebody is video covering them. Who is doing that job? Who is doing that job? And the bullet doesn't touch him at all. Every time they will capture them, and he is never attacked. That very person video covering them is never attacked. They don't attack him. He will video cover them very successfully and post on social media. And then you tell me it is real IPOB that went on such a mission. What are you talking about? People should use their head. All right? If somebody is going on such an operation, he cannot go there and be carrying out such an operation and at the same time video covering himself. So it is an arrangement. They arrange it, get somebody to video cover them, and the person is always in a safe place. And after the video covering, they shoot it online. And then the mainstream media will disseminate it and tell you that IPOB has committed an offense. Those people are agents, criminals employed by government, both state government and federal government. That is what this woman is saying, is telling you here. So you better begin to use your head.
Governor of Imo State, Southeast, where Ihoji Southeast, where Imo State, where na so ko no leader na dog federal government na enwere onye pụta na Nigeria and gwakwa ndị police in case ọnwụ na ha anụ ya na enwere pụta na Nigeria kwuo sị na onye nwa na akpankpankpa na-eme n'ala Igbo and anyị chọrọ ka eme ya arrest gwakwa ndị federal government ka ha release anyị Nnamdi Kalu n'aka ya dị ọcha na-agwakwa ụmụ Igbo na enwere otu a na-achị.
Release Nnamdi Kanu. He's innocent. That's what this woman is saying. Unfortunately, no Igbo man has the spine as of today. No Igbo man can do that. The only people who had the spine to do that were Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu even spoke on behalf of Ojus Okalo, who happens to be one of the criminals. So this is how it works. All right? Begin now to use your head. Listen to, look at what Obasanjo said recently. Obasanjo said, under APC, Nigeria now has courts of corruption where justice is available only to the highest bidder, That's what Obasanjo said. Look at the face. You know him. So Nigerian justice system is only gives justice to the highest bidder this time around. If Obasanjo, as corrupt as he is, can say this, then you know that Nigeria is indeed in a very big mess, whole big mess called corruption. Corruption, which of course is the fuel that is helping their insecurity to thrive. All right? Begin now to learn something. Begin now to be intelligent. You should be wiser than this thing they are dealing with you with. They come up with a very cheap propaganda and they successfully take over your brain. I don't know what has happened to the intelligence of Igbo people today. It's unfortunate. Listen to what Imo, this man is called Imo. He's a member of the House of Rep, of the contraption. He's from Imo State. He still has some level of conscience, even though he's a politician. He says the truth once in a while. Let's listen to him.
Justice Akpovi's decision, and I repeat, Justice Akpovi's decision to use a pre-election matter to attempt to void the supreme will of our people is very disappointing, and we will challenge it vigorously at the appeal court. And God's willing, we will claim the sacred victory given to us, for which they have one pulling in it out of 346, men of no shame, and they rush to court because they want to destroy the integrity of our judiciary.
No, I know he's talking about their political ambitions. Somebody they used the court to rob somebody of his victory, political victory, and that's what he's challenging here. That they made a pronouncement with a wrong reference, okay, with a wrong evidence. That is Nigeria for you. The courts are not doing anything. They are just doing highest bidder. Remember what Obasanjo said here. Highest bidder takes it. And this is what is fueling insecurity because, people also, when they look at how do I continue to maintain power? How do I continue to maintain power? If they don't go through electoral malpractices, they go through the court. If they don't go through the court, then they use terrorism to get everybody scared and get what they want. And of course, today in Nigeria, if you are a terrorist, you are respected, highly respected. So the reason they actually fight against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ekpa is that they are not terrorists. If they were real terrorists, Nigeria would have been paying them. You heard what El Rufai said, and Dati also echoed it, that they pay these terrorists, they pay them. So if Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu were terrorists, why are they arresting them and not paying them? Because the terrorists we know in Nigeria are being paid. Nobody arrests them. If they arrest them, where is Bello Turji? Bello Turji is still gallivanting. He's free. Nobody touches him. He's a terrorist leader. All right? The one they said they arrested the other time came out to say that it's not true. He wasn't arrested, that he's still there. That is how they keep lying. They lie the devil even learns lying from Nigerian politicians. Listen up.
The Imo of today have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested.
Good. Did you hear that? He is talking about Imo State, that Imo State has become a very terrorized place. Listen again to what is happening in Imo State. People being eliminated left, right, and center, and their organs being harvested. In Imo State, the place called Tiger Base, which they claim to be a police unit. What they do there is eliminate people and harvest their organs and sell to politicians for ritual purposes. The evil going on in Imo State and in Igbo land generally is beyond heavens. Is beyond the heavens. And the people committing them are your politicians, but they come out to shout to you that the problem in the southeast are Nnamdi Kanu, freedom fighters, and Simon Ekpa. And you join them to celebrate that Nnamdi Kanu is in detention and Ekpa has been sentenced. You are a very stupid person. They have deceived you and you are just accepting it. Listen again to what is happening.
Because they want to destroy the integrity of our judiciary.
Listen.
The Imo of today have acquired a tag of a breeding ground for activities undermining democracy, electoral process, rule of law, and even daily waste of human life. People are being killed left, right, and center, and the organs harvested.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That is the real terrorists. The real terrorists are pointing accusing fingers at innocent people who are fighting to protect you and your family. Let's remind ourselves of what T.Y. Danjuma said. This man you see here, you see my mouse, that's T.Y. Danjuma, former chief of army staff, former defense minister, and again, chief of army staff. So somebody of that caliber cannot be talking carelessly. He still has men who are loyal to him in the current present day Nigerian military. And he gets first-hand information. He said in one of his speeches 7 years ago, there is an attempt at ethnic cleansing. Armed forces collude with armed bandits. General T.Y. Danjuma. They collude. Armed forces are colluding. They collude with bandits. So there is no difference today in Nigeria between the security forces and terrorists. For your information, this is Tukur Buratai. He was also the chief of army staff some years ago. All right, he's a former chief of army staff. What did he say? He said insecurity issues are essentially political, and now it's been left for the military, and the political actors are staying behind. What did Dati Baba Ahmed say? He said that what the insecurity in Nigeria is deliberately orchestrated and it is purely political. It is politicians that are your terrorists. It is politicians that are your terrorists, the terrorists in Nigeria. But they keep, pointing accusing fingers at the people they want to demonize. Listen to this.
The leading chieftain of the APC, confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries.
This is too low. This man is called Onovo. He's a politician, a PDP politician. So he was trying to bring up issues concerning security also in Nigeria. And there was never a place they mentioned Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa or IPOB or freedom fighters, Biafra freedom fighters. Look at what he was saying. Kau Baraje, the one I showed you earlier, he mentioned it. How they brought terrorists from different countries in West Africa. Next.
Who have become bandits. He has confessed. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? The ruling party.
Now, Canadian court declares APC, PDP terrorist organization denies asylum to fleeing Nigerian politician. Continue.
Is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onobo. I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria.
Did you hear that? Good. He's a politician. He's telling you that APC is a direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. And what did they do to him? Nothing. This is how I expected Igbo men to be talking. His name is Martin Onovo. He mentioned his name and said, I am the one. I said it because he has his evidence. And what did they do? Nothing. But Igbo men of today are just unnecessarily afraid of what I don't know. Oh, God.
Mieti Allah made a public statement.
Okay. Mieti Allah said, open grazing bill. Mieti Allah demands 750,000 hectares of land for ranching in Delta State. Why would Mieti Allah be demanding this amount of land in Delta State? And they will come with a threat that if it is not given to them, there will be no peace. They will continue to terrorize people. Yet, nobody will arrest Mieti Allah. Their head, their chairman was arrested but released. But Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS detention. And you are an Igbo man, Igbo person, a Biafran. You are jubilating that they are holding Nnamdi Kanu and holding Simon Ekpa. You don't know they are holding you too. Because one day, Nigeria will happen to you.
That if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state. Public statement.
Look at it. Mieti Allah vows to resist Benue anti-grazing law. Asks Buhari to warn autumn. Who is Mieti Allah to start telling president to warn somebody who is saying, don't come and take over our land. We don't want it. We will resist you. And they are warning Autumn, Governor Autumn, the then governor of Ebonyi State, of Benue State, and nothing happened. Mieti Allah.
Mieti Allah. Mieti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had reports that
Now you see this one, clients. Buhari offered 100 billion. I told you this before. 100 billion naira compensation to Fulani herdsmen. They were now begging the criminals they hired to leave, to go, because they created the masquerade, and now the masquerade is terrorizing everyone, and they wanted a way to quietly let them go. And it leaked that they gave them 100 billion naira. What did they do? They just came out and said, no, it's not true. We didn't give them anything. But how did it come to newspaper?
The ruling party funded Mieti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria.
Now look at this one. Look at this one. Okay, let me go a bit backward. Okay.
That the government.
Now, Mieti Allah admits, clarifies 100 billion naira demand from FG. While FG was denying giving them the money, now Punch newspaper publishes this one, that Mieti Allah came out to clarify that they actually demanded the money from government. And of course, government gave it to them. Okay.
Government of Nigeria was going to establish.
Now look at this one, reactions as FG announces plans for Fulani radio. What they wanted to start talking about was how to establish a Fulani radio. Have they established radio for other ethnic tribes, ethnic nationalities? No. But they were trying to establish a Fulani radio. That's what we see, a Fulani enclave called Nigeria. That is where obidiots are telling you that a new Nigeria is possible. Okay? And Obi is gallivanting up and down that he's going to change Nigeria. Shame on you. Shame on all of you, Obi and your obidiots. Stupid people.
A radio station in collaboration with Mieti Allah, where Fufude, the Fulani tribal.
FG proposed radio station for herdsmen confirms planned Fulanization of Nigeria. Can. Says Buhari pampering terrorists. Southern leaders fume. Sultan of Sokoto, ACF, hail proposal. Sultan will always hail the proposal. Anything that will favor Fulani, Sultan will hail it. But my worry is that Khan is also stupid. Khan cannot speak for ordinary people. We know that Jesus was a friend of the ordinary people, but these people called Khan members, they were only looking for money. Once they collect money, they tell you that the terrorists is the freedom fighters. People, I think I will be ending the program very soon.
Will be the language of communication. We have it on the authority.
Look at it. Khan reacts to FG's move to create radio station for herdsmen. That's the only one they will talk about.
Of the Ondo State government.
Mieti Allah kicks as Fulani radio attracts more reactions. You see the man, this man, he's a terrorist from Mieti Allah. He's their chairman. He was arrested and quickly released. Okay? Tomorrow they will tell you that they are fighting terrorism. But the person they arrested, they have released him without any condition at all. And he's moving about freely after all the terrorism and incitement he committed. But Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS dungeon.
That the PRO of Mieti Allah in Ondo State led the criminal suspect gang.
Okay. The PRO, Olakunri's mother. Police finger former Mieti Allah's PRO. The PRO led the gang that eliminated this man called Olakunri. Are you following it? These are their activities. But tomorrow they will tell you that Simon Ekpa is the problem of Nigeria.
That killed Fashoranti's daughter. That is on the authority of the Ondo State government.
Okay.
And they have been arrested. And the leader.
Now, buying of Fashoranti's daughter, also in Lagos, herdsmen have declared war against Southwest Yoruba leaders. So, herdsmen were, it was discovered that it was herdsmen that led the operation that led to the death of this woman, Fashoranti's daughter, the leader of the then Afenifere. All right? The people need to know.
In Ondo State. We have it on the authority of the Nigerian police that a herdsman was arrested.
Suspected herdsman, daughter of Afenifere chairman Fashoranti. Did you hear that? That's just what I just said some seconds ago. But where is the herdsmen? Where are the herdsmen that pied this woman? They are nowhere to be found. Nobody arrested them. They are free. They are free.
With a military rifle in Plateau State.
Now, Plateau attacks. Police arrest herdsmen with military rifle. Military rifle in the hands of Fulani herdsmen, terrorists. That is a country you are saying a new Nigeria is possible. Continue listening.
I have the number of the rifle. I can send it to you by SMS. We have it, the authority of retired.
Plateau attacks. Police arrest herdsmen with military rifle. Confirm 16 pied. That is Nigeria for you.
That the Fulani herdsmen repelled in Ogoja were using.
Plateau attacks, Fulani arrests. Okay, it's the same thing.
Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity. And that the soldiers came to collect the rifles back.
Soldiers just went there to collect their rifle back. Ladies and gentlemen, Onovo spilled a lot of things here. So it's a long one too, and we cannot continue. But you know what? If you know what is good for you, fund the freedom of Biafra. It is not for Simon Ekpa, it's not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is for you, your children, and your generation and generation yet unborn. If you don't do that, nobody will do it for you. And one day, Fulani will overrun your community and take it over. If not in the immediate, in the future. And perhaps in the immediate, maybe one of your family members will be involved. They will kidnap the person and demand ransom, and you will cough out a lot of money from your pocket. So that money you would have given to Fulani, come and give it here in Biafra fight. Come and give it in this Biafra fight. Our soldiers are there. They are ready. They have put their lives on line to save you, your community, and your family. So all you need to do is bring your funds, donate, support this freedom fight. Our cabinet are busy doing the diplomatic consultation at the international community for you. All you need to do is bring your funds. Come and fund your freedom. If you don't do that, you will be there with your two eyes looking at Nigerian government, and they will just sit down there and Fulani will take over your community. If you are not lucky, you will go 6 feet below. All right? If you are lucky, they will take your family members and you will escape, and you won't have a place to call your ancestral home anymore. You begin to float. If that is good for you, then you remain there. All right? If you like, get wisdom. If you don't like, continue to allow yourself to be deceived by these stupid politicians whom you follow about. 2027 is coming. They're already campaigning. So those idiots, those foolish ones amongst you, you can go and queue up and continue to follow them. Stupid people. I don't know what to tell you again. If you like, learn. If you don't like, you continue to be stupid. I think I have come to the end of this program today. Thank you very much for those of you who have chosen to be intelligent. And do well to come back for more news and analysis. Do have a nice day and bye for now.